Imagine if the map of North America transformed overnight. Picture 10 US states uprooting and joining our northern neighbors, Canada. The historical and cultural ties make this more than a flight of fancy. Intrigued? Well, hold tight as we embark on this fascinating journey. First stop, the Pacific Northwest. A region known for its cultural and economic vibrancy, the Pacific Northwest is home to two American states, Washington and Oregon, and the Canadian province of British Columbia. These three geographical entities share a number of similarities that foster a sense of community transcending national borders. Let's start with the cultural landscape. The Pacific Northwest is a melting pot of diverse cultures and ethnicities, with a shared emphasis on progressive values. From the bustling tech hubs of Seattle and Portland to the artsy neighborhoods of Vancouver, the region is known for its innovative spirit and liberal ethos. This shared cultural fabric, paired with a mutual love for coffee and craft beer, forms a strong bond between the inhabitants of Washington, Oregon, and British Columbia. Moving on to the economic front, the Pacific Northwest is a powerhouse. With the tech industry playing a pivotal role in the economies of both Washington State and British Columbia, and Oregon's thriving manufacturing sector, the region is a beacon of economic prosperity. A unification could potentially lead to a more integrated and dynamic economy, creating a stronger, more resilient Pacific Northwest. But perhaps the most compelling reason for a possible alliance is the shared commitment to environmental protection. The concept of Cascadia, a bioregionalist movement that envisions a country defined by ecological boundaries rather than political ones, has gained traction in the region. With climate change at the forefront of global concerns, the shared environmental values of these states and province could potentially give birth to a powerful green alliance. Indeed, the Pacific Northwest, with its shared cultural, economic, and environmental values, presents an intriguing case for a possible breakaway from the United States and a union with Canada. Wouldn't it be interesting to see the birth of a new Pacific powerhouse? The Pacific Northwest, with its blend of tech, industry, and a shared respect for the environment, could indeed become a force to be reckoned with on the global stage. Moving on to the heartland of America, the Midwest. Nestled snugly in the central United States, the Midwest encapsulates a variety of states, each with its unique charm. But today, we're zeroing in on two states that share a border with our northern neighbor, Canada, Minnesota and Wisconsin. Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes, and Wisconsin, the dairy state, share more than just a border with Canada. From their freezing winters to their love for ice hockey, these states resonate with the Canadian spirit. More than the weather, it's the shared values and culture that bind these regions together. Whether it's the friendly Midwest demeanor mirroring the renowned Canadian politeness, or their shared love for outdoor activities, there's a certain camaraderie that's hard to ignore. But let's delve deeper. Imagine Minnesota and Wisconsin as part of Canada. Beyond cultural similarities, this alliance could potentially bring forth significant economic benefits. Canada's strong focus on healthcare and education could be a boon for these states. With Canada's universal healthcare system, the citizens of Minnesota and Wisconsin could potentially enjoy a higher standard of healthcare. Similarly, Canada's emphasis on education could open up new avenues for the youth in these states, fostering innovation and progress. On the flip side, Canada could also stand to gain from this hypothetical union. Minnesota, with its robust economy, could contribute significantly to Canada's GDP. Likewise, Wisconsin's dairy industry could further bolster Canada's already thriving dairy sector. It's a symbiotic relationship that on paper seems to offer a win-win situation. However, as with any major change, there would be challenges to overcome. There would be questions of identity, of loyalty, and the logistical nightmare of redefining borders. It's a fascinating thought experiment, one that piques curiosity and stirs up lively debate. Could the Midwest find a new home up north? Only time will tell. Let's fly over to the East Coast, New England. It's a region steeped in rich history, a cradle of American identity, and yet, in our imaginative journey, it's also a region that might be considering a shift in allegiance. We're talking about the beautiful states of Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Picture this: the maple syrup-drenched hills of Vermont, the rugged, granite-peppered landscapes of New Hampshire, and the windswept, pine-studded coastlines of Maine, all politically realigned with the Great White North. Intriguing, right? Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine share more than just a geographical proximity with Canada. There's a deeply rooted shared history and cultural affinity. New England's early settlers were in large part from England, just like Canada's. This historical connection has fostered shared cultural values, from a love of hockey and a fondness for maple syrup to an appreciation for breathtaking natural landscapes. But it's not just about past and present cultural ties. Economic factors could also play a role in this hypothetical scenario. For example, Vermont's economy is heavily intertwined with that of Quebec, its northern neighbour. They share a robust trade relationship with significant cross-border movement of goods and people. A political alignment with Canada could potentially strengthen this bond. Similarly, New Hampshire and Maine, with their close proximity to the Canadian border, might find economic and environmental benefits in a closer alliance with Canada. Maine, for instance, shares a vast wilderness area with Quebec and New Brunswick, and joint stewardship could lead to improved conservation efforts. Of course, this is all purely speculative. The idea of these New England states leaving the US to join Canada is a fascinating thought experiment, but it's just that, an experiment. It's a testament to the rich cultural and historical ties that bind these regions, and a reminder of the fluid nature of geographical and political landscapes. New England in the Great White North. Quite a thought, isn't it? Now let's head down south to the Lone Star State, Texas. A land known for its vast landscapes, cowboy culture, and oil, Texas is quintessentially American. But what if we told you that there's more to this relationship than meets the eye? Texas has a historical connection with Canada that stretches back to the early 19th century. Many Texans are descendants of the United Empire Loyalists who migrated to Canada after the American Revolution. This shared heritage has laid the groundwork for a unique bond between the two regions. Now let's talk economics. Texas has the second largest economy in the United States, and its GDP rivals that of Canada. The Lone Star State is a powerhouse in industries such as energy, technology, and agriculture, sectors that align neatly with Canada's economic strengths. Texas also shares a focus on trade, with both regions being significant players in the North American Free Trade Agreement. Moreover, Texas and Canada both have a vested interest in environmental sustainability. Texas is leading the charge in wind energy, while Canada is a global leader in hydroelectric power. A partnership here could create a formidable force in the renewable energy sector. Could Texas secede from the United States to join Canada? It's a question that prompts a fascinating exploration of historical ties, economic synergies, and shared values. Could we imagine Texas as part of Canada? It's a wild thought. Scene script? So, there you have it, 10 US states that could potentially join Canada. From the Pacific Northwest with its lush forests and coastal vistas, where Washington and Oregon share cultural and economic ties with British Columbia, to the Midwest region where Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota could seamlessly blend into Ontario's landscape. We've taken a hypothetical journey across North America, imagining a world where borders are redrawn and alliances are reimagined. We've ventured into New England where Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire and Massachusetts, with their deep historical roots, could find a new allegiance with our neighbours to the north. Picture the lobster boats of Maine docking in Nova Scotia, or the vibrant fall foliage of Vermont stretching into Quebec. And let us not forget the Lone Star State. Texas, with its unique blend of southern charm and western grit, could offer a striking contrast and diversity to Canada's provinces. Who knows, we might just see cowboy boots and 10-gallon hats becoming a common sight in Calgary. But let's take a step back. This is, of course, a purely hypothetical scenario. A playful exploration of geographical and cultural connections that may seem outlandish, but provoke thought and discussion nonetheless. It's about asking, what if? And exploring the fascinating interplay of history, culture, and geography that shape our world. In reality, the ties that bind these states to the US are strong and deep-rooted. They have been forged over centuries, through shared history, values, and experiences. They are part of a national identity that is as diverse as it is united, a tapestry of states that together form the United States of America. And yet, in this hypothetical scenario, we find a reminder of the fluidity of borders and the ever-changing nature of geopolitical landscapes. We find a testament to the power of geography in shaping not just our physical world, but our cultural and political identities as well. So let this serve as a catalyst for your own geographical musings. Let it spark your curiosity and inspire your imaginations. Because at the end of the day, geography is not just about understanding where we are, but envisioning where we could be. Remember, geography is not just about maps, it's about possibilities. Until next time, keep exploring.